Good morning. It's Tuesday, January 7th, the day after the infamous day that will live in history known as J6. It will live in history because of the events that took place 4 years ago, when Donald Trump categorically refused to admit that he had lost the election. And he behaved like a spoiled child, went home to his house and hid in his room and watched on TV as his minions, over 1,000 of them, stormed the Capitol building, ran through the hall, damaged merchandise. And now here we are 4 years later, and Donald Trump is president about to be again. And what is he going to do with those rioters who ended up in prison? Is he going to pardon them? He says he will, but he won't do it for all of them, supposedly. But I don't trust Donald Trump's thinking patterns as to decide exactly who should be pardoned and who shouldn't be pardoned. He should accept the fact that it's his fault that those people are in prison. He should accept the fact that his actions on J6 were despicable. They were not the actions of a great man. They were the actions of a poor, spoiled child. A man who goes and locks himself in a room for 6 or 8 hours and watches rioters attempt to destroy the Capitol of the United States. So what is he going to do with those people that are now in prison? He has said he's going to pardon them, but he now backed down a little bit, and he's going to look at the circumstances that put these people in jail. Well, his judgment on those things will be forever discussed, because he has no real judgment. He changes his mind quite often. He says things that he has to recant quite often. So on January 6th, when this mob of over 1,000 people stormed the U.S. Capitol to halt the certification of the electoral vote after Donald Trump's unsuccessful 2020 re-election took place, when we look at the facts associated with that, we see how awful it was, because the certification of the election of a president takes somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes. Donald Trump's certification took 41 minutes, but this particular certification, the one where he went crazy, took over 14 hours to accomplish and to establish the fact that Joe Biden had won the presidency. So now we are 4 years later, and we have a former president who is now the president-elect returning to the White House following his sweeping victory against Vice President Kamala Harris. And his inauguration is set for January 20th. And there are many people out there who are speculating on what will happen to the convicted rioters of the previous installation of a president. Trump said he will begin pardoning rioters who were convicted in that 2020-21 attack the moment his second term starts. Is that the best thing he has to do? Aren't there more important things for the president to get rolling than to release people who really belong in jail? Trump said he will begin pardoning rioters as soon as he is sworn in. What's his rush? Doesn't he have to review the facts on all of these different cases? No, he's making a big splash for his community of voters. Claims he's going to look at everything. We're going to look at all the individual cases. That sounds like a scholar, but from my experience in watching Trump, he's more like a turtle. He sticks his head in his shell and does whatever he wants to do. He has argued that many defendants were given unfair plea deals under a very nasty system. He's adding that their whole lives have been destroyed. Well, their lives have been destroyed because they followed him, because they watched his actions on J6. So now he's trying to make amends for his evil deed. He's going to set these people free. Well, I wouldn't be setting these people free if I was him. Who knows what they're going to do next? And he has repeatedly referred to the defendants of January 6th as political prisoners and hostages. In his first 2024 campaign rally, he featured a song by the J6 Prison Choir, a group of men imprisoned for their participation in the attack on the Capitol. Now, did I ever hear of a group of prisoners who got together because they performed an evil deed and created a choir to sing about it? And Trump is so proud to back those people? We are in a bad state in this country if we allow a man like that to become president again. What are we thinking? What kind of a nation are we? Those people who stormed the Capitol were criminals. Even the ones who did very little damage, but certainly the ones who you saw running through the White House holding articles that didn't belong to them. One guy running with a big flag and a big spear. When you see those things and you see the people who are doing that, you cannot stand by them. Even if they had a just cause, their actions are unjust. So I leave you with that. A president-elect who is ready to pardon a host of villains. And if we look at this pardon as a reflection of the population in this country, we are in desperate straits. I don't know where we're going to be. And the next 4 years is going to be a version of hell, I believe. So I leave you with that. A disturbed man ascending to the presidency. And J6, another day that will live in infamy. Have a great day. Bye. Bye.